Hi, and welcome to the Selwyn Podcast.
I'm Gus.
And I'm Max. First off, we would like to apologize for no episode in January. Due to COVID, we weren't able to gather a large group. But we promised 2 amazing episodes this month.
We're very happy to be back in school, but here are some tips and tricks for if we go back into lockdown.
The first one is to always prepare yourself a bottle of water each morning. This will help you to stay hydrated and keep your mind healthy.
Second off, you need a very clean environment for when you're doing your work.
This will help you to focus. Third off, be sure to go outside a little bit. Every lunch break, you can go for a walk around your block, or maybe go for a nice walk with your family at night. This is a really good idea just to keep you active and healthy. And that concludes our tips and tricks.
Okay, so now we're going to be interviewing Jackson. Now, Jackson, how did you get through lockdown?
Well, I got through with a very positive, good attitude, thinking to myself, I should just spend time with my family and it'll get through.
Now, do you prefer online school or in-person school?
I definitely prefer in person because I get less concentrated. I get more concentrated in person. And, first of all, online means homework all day, recess, homework. And then when you're in person, you get home and you're like, I'm gonna do my homework for about an hour and then I'll be done.
All right, that's it.
Next up, we're going to be interviewing Jasper about the similar things. So Jasper, how was your experience online?
Well, it kind of sucked. I definitely like in school more than online school. There's a lot more things to do. There's recess, but I'm really lazy when I'm inside and stuff. So yeah.
Do you think that if we were to go back online, you would have some ways to get around all the laziness and be more proactive?
Well, before or after Christmas, I kind of just built Lego a lot, during classes and all that. And I still paid attention to all that, but I think it'd be good.
Okay, thank you for being on the podcast, Jasper. Do you just fall?
Almost. All right, so now we're going to be looking at the news for this month.
On Friday the 4th, there is the elementary carnival.
On the 7th, we have the midterm break.
This means that all school is closed. From the 9th to the 11th is teacher and staff appreciation. It starts on the 8th.
On the 15th, we have grilled chicken burgers.
And on the 16th, it's the virtual family visit. If you have any families that want to maybe come to Selwyn House, that's the day.
Also on the 16th, there is chicken tacos.
Woo!
And starting on the 28th, we have the spring break.
Spring break lasts until... So, now we are going to be doing a special part of our thing, and these is going to be a 2-part special. This is going to be talking about the paranormal. So first up, we have Gus here, who has one of the most incredible theories I have ever heard. It is called the Christmas tree paradox.
Phenomenal.
Okay, Christmas tree phenomenon. Let's hear from you, Gus. What is the Christmas tree phenomenon?
Alright, so you know how when you're decorating a Christmas tree, you're doing something around a Christmas tree, and you're holding something, you drop that thing in the Christmas tree. You're never able to find it. Why aren't you ever able to find it? That's the Christmas tree phenomenon.
And so, I heard there was something about Babylon that connects to it. Can you explain that connection?
Nope. Alright. So, I went on vacation with my good friend Jasper.
Who everybody knows on this podcast. He is one of the most liked characters.
So, we went to Maine for a long weekend in November. There was a Christmas tree at a restaurant. Jasper had a Lego guy. We were playing with it around the Christmas tree, and he dropped it. We searched through that Christmas tree for an hour. It was not there. The Christmas tree phenomenon.
But how does that connect to Babylon?
So, in the simulation for 7-1 history, there was the group Babylon. It had Jasper Oldland, Max,
Alta,
Luca Macri.
and Diego Castaneda.
All right, so Jasper was making Lego about them. We dropped the Luca Macri one in the Christmas tree. We weren't able to find it. And now, since then, all my memories of him, I just don't remember them for some reason. So I think his essence, some of his essence, is in that Christmas tree.
I really apologize to everybody wearing headphones when Gus decided to go really close to the microphone. That will hurt, Gus. You can't do this. This will really hurt if you're wearing headphones.
So, I decided to do some testing. We made one of Max. We put it in Jasper's Christmas tree. We lost it. But why do we still have our memories of Max? Well, let's see. Because we lost his figure in Canada. The other one was not in Canada. It was in the US. We still remember him because it's in Canada. It's in the same country. The Christmas tree phenomenon is not a joke. It should be taken very, very seriously.
I feel like it's very interesting that you're connecting Christmas trees. Did you try it in a normal tree to see if you would lose it?
Well, we haven't gone through all of our testing yet. Next winter break, we'll do a lot more testing. See how well this works. Try on other trees.
It's a very interesting theory, Gus. Thank you very much for doing.
So continuing on the theme of paranormal, we have another student, Ken Lin. Hi, Ken. We heard you had a encounter with a strange thing.
I wouldn't call it a sing. I would more call it some kind of creature, right out of hell. It was deadly and unholy. Obviously, he had powers that were probably not even natural. It was able to do things that weren't like what it wasn't meant to do. Its name is the Laser Kiwi. Apparently, I don't like it. Like I heard from Omar, a cryptid hunter who I've come across over the years, that if you mention your names too much, they do get attracted to you, and they always like to hunt down humans. They don't hunt for like food because they're actually vegetarians. They hunt for the sport. They just like the fun of hunting and tracking their preys. Let's just say, since they hunt all kinds of creatures, including animals, humans, and etc.
Okay, you said laser kiwi. Does that mean the fruit or the bird?
I mean the bird kiwi.
Okay, good. Because a laser kiwi food
It's
would
just
be
a kiwi on fire.
terrifying.
Yes.
Horrifying.
Yeah. This kind of I know how funny this sounds, but it's true. I did encounter it in the forest last year when 7-1 when camping. I was with my group, Angus Matosian, myself, Jackson Broom, and Jasper Oldland. We had made a fatal mistake, as Omar the Cryptid Hunter would call it. We had burned some kiwi skin because Jasper ate some kiwis and skinned them, and he decided to burn the skin, which attracted the kiwis. And at dawn, at the next day, we started hearing weird noises in the forest. And like during the night, Jasper reportedly saw strange lights coming from the forest, but he shook it off as his lack of sleep. So at dawn, the noises woke us up. We didn't want to walk around because it was pretty cold outside, but we realized something must have been wrong because some of the trees we remember to be much like taller, but some of them seem to be much shorter. I don't know if like this sounds weird, but what happened was it feels like the trees have gotten shorter or something, and that some of the branches were gone. We looked around for a while in our still in our sleeping bags. We just we didn't want to investigate because we don't know what would have caused that. At the same time, we didn't know whether to go tell the teachers or to stay put, since it could very well be us misremembering things, or like the wind at the night that caused the trees to fall. But if the trees had fallen, it didn't make sense that we didn't get woken up by the noises. So we decided, in the end, to make a campfire and try to look for anything suspicious around the bushes that surrounded our camp. Jasper went out to look for firewood, while Gus stayed behind and I was with him. We were just sitting there, kind of waiting for Jasper, while Jackson Broom was half asleep, half awake. He didn't really want to get up because he was extremely cold. But then, that was when the horrors really begun. We saw a green light, kind of like the light of a laser pointer, a little, I would like to describe it as. And it cuts clean through half of a tree, a smaller one. It fell, but we never heard it touch the ground because it was disintegrated by the laser kiwi. It was so horrifying. To this day, I'm still petrified by its gaze. It was gazing straight at us, me and Gus. So we decided that we didn't want to mess with that guy, since he disintegrated a whole baby tree. And Omar the Cryptid Hunter claims that it's like a good move, because if we had engaged in battle with that creature, we would have likely died because of its fatal laser, or we would have been left injured or have to be amputated, since its laser is heavily radioactive, and it could cause diseases such as cancer.
Wow, that's really interesting, Ken. Thank you for being on here. We really appreciate you coming out and telling your story to our fans at home.
Thank you for watching, for listening to this podcast.
We really appreciate it, and we put a lot more effort into this one compared to the other. We hope technically it sounded a little bit better than our last ones, because there were a few difficulties on there. But we are hoping that our next episode will be our most ambitious ever. Right, guys?
Of course, we have some big things planned for it.
Yes. And we are all hoping that for that one, you guys might need a screen. Alright, thank you so much, and I just have to say it because I'm forced to. I have a contract. Later,